Are you ready to jump into financial stocks? They seem lucrative and familiar, while also complicated and risky. Well, we invited Kevin Matthews from buildingbread.com to dispel any confusion about financial stocks. This is a guide to financial stocks with Kevin Matthews.
There seems to be a correlation between inflation, interest rates, and financial stocks. So could you just explain as inflation rises or when interest rates rise, how does that affect financial stocks?
Yeah, so there is what normally happens, and there's what's happening now. So history has shown us that when interest rates, well, let's start with inflation. Okay, we know what inflation is. We've all experienced it. Unfortunately, that's when rent gets too damn high. Right?
Yes.
So when prices rise is what we have with inflation. So starting with inflation, the Federal Reserve says, okay, let's bring down inflation by increasing interest rates. Let's make things more expensive to borrow to slow people down. Now, because of that, if I'm a bank, I make money by charging interest. And in a normal year, in a normal cycle, we're not afraid of a recession around the corner, banks tend to do well. Credit card companies tend to do well because if I was charging 5% or let's say 3% on a mortgage and now I'm charging 7%, that's a lot more profit for me because that's the exact same house. You are just paying more because of the Federal Reserve because we're fighting inflation. So in a normal cycle, banks tend to do well. Credit card companies tend to do a bit better. Payment processors kind of fall somewhere in between, but generally that is a good thing. The exception is when you expect there to be a recession. And that is what happened, particularly in 2022 with bank stocks. Right? While interest rates are rising, people say, hey, we're going to go into recession, which we didn't during that time. Then I wouldn't be overly excited about investing in those categories. I wouldn't be taking out a business loan if I think things are going to slow down. So yes, when interest rates go up, finance stocks tend to rise unless you expect there to be a recession in the near future.